You know those dreams we all have, the really big ones? The ones that feel so far away you kind of don't even know where to begin? Well, today, we're going to break down the story of someone who started with literally nothing and built an empire, piece by piece. And trust me, the most valuable lesson here isn't about money. Okay, let's dive in.
So how do you do it? How do you actually bridge that huge gap between a big idea and, well, reality? Especially when you're starting from scratch with zero advantages. That's the core problem our guy, a young man named Leo, is up against. And honestly, his journey is an amazing roadmap for anyone who's ever felt stuck. I mean, just look at this contrast. On one side, you've got his reality, a family that's struggling, a tiny town, and pockets that are completely empty. And on the other side, the dream, a whole chain of restaurants, total financial freedom. The chasm between these two worlds looks absolutely impossible to cross. And that brings us to the first giant hurdle, right? The one that stops most of us dead in our tracks, starting with no money. For so many people, that's not just a barrier. It feels like the end of the line. But for Leo, this is exactly where the real story begins. This one piece of advice from his father, it becomes his mantra. It completely reframes how he sees everything. Suddenly, he gets it. The cost of a dream isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in sweat, in effort. And a fight? Well, that's something he can afford. And check out his first move. It's brilliant. Instead of stressing about what he doesn't have, he builds a plan around what he can do. He sees that his town needs fresh bread, so he walks for miles to talk to the local baker, Mr. Anderson. His pitch isn't about cash, it's a promise. He's basically offering his own hard work as collateral. And it works. It's a massive success. He's not just selling bread, he's selling his passion, his energy, a huge smile. And people are buying it. By the end of the day, he's completely sold out. It just proves you don't need a pile of cash to get started. You need a good idea and the guts to actually do it. But Leo isn't happy just being a seller. A customer gives him an idea, and it sparks a whole new ambition. He wants to be the one making the bread, and that's where he slams into his next big hurdle, that intimidating leap from just reselling a product to becoming a true creator. And this isn't just a mental thing, it's physical. Learning a craft is brutal. I mean, you can just picture him kneading dough for hours and hours until his hands are aching. It's such a powerful symbol of the real, painful work it takes to master something from the ground up. And then comes the soul-crushing part, the failures. Batch after batch of bread that's just wrong. It's either too hard or it's too soft. It's that quiet, frustrating part of any journey that nobody talks about, where you're just failing over and over again. And right here, this is the breaking point. The moment when the physical pain and the constant failure just become too much, and the dream feels like it's slipping away. I think we've all been there, that feeling of total defeat where quitting feels like the only sane option left. But he doesn't quit. He goes back to Mr. Anderson for help. And look at how he asks for that mentorship. It's not begging, it's a promise of loyalty, a commitment to their future partnership. He's showing his integrity, proving he's worth teaching. And just like that, he gets himself a mentor. 2 weeks. Think about that. After 2 solid weeks of non-stop, focused practice, he did it. He gets the stamp of approval from the master himself. He's not just a seller with a dream anymore. He's a real craftsman who has earned his skill. But just as Leo starts to enjoy his hard-won success, a new player enters the game. And this time, he's up against someone bigger, flashier, someone with more resources. He's now facing the market hurdle. And look at the difference. Leo's got his humble little cart with that homemade feel. His new rival, Eric, opens up a big, shiny, modern bakery. It's the classic David versus Goliath story. And on paper, David doesn't stand a chance. Customers start flocking to the new shop. So what's his response? Does he panic? Nope. He adapts. He turns this threat into his own personal market research. He starts listening, really listening to his customers to find out what they like about the competition. And then he acts on it. He improves his own setup, learns how to decorate cakes, and adds new pastries to his menu. And this, right here, reveals Leo's secret weapon. His real competitive advantage wasn't his bread, it was his character. His customers saw him fight, they saw his resilience, and that earned him a deep level of trust and loyalty. And that's something money can't buy. So he's overcome having no money, he's overcome a huge skill gap, and he's overcome fierce competition. You'd think that's it, right? But the biggest challenge of all is still on its way, one that threatens to wipe out everything he's worked so hard for. Can you imagine watching your dream literally go up in smoke? That's what Leo's facing. A fire rips through his little shop. It is a moment of complete and total devastation, a blow that could and probably should have been the end of his entire journey. But even in the face of this, Leo refuses to be a victim. The very next day, instead of just waiting for help to arrive, he starts baking at home with the few things he has left. He knows that the only person who can truly save his dream is himself. And that one act of defiance is what moves everyone else to step in. And look at this. The entire town rallies around him. All the goodwill he had built up over the years, all that hard work and integrity, it all comes rushing back to him when he needs it most. It's just a beautiful reminder that when you put good out into the world, it really does find its way back to you. So, when you boil it all down, what can we really learn from Leo's incredible journey? Well, it all comes down to 4 simple but incredibly powerful principles that really anyone can use. Number 1, your effort is your most valuable currency. Forget money. Number 2, failure isn't final. It's just feedback, a chance to learn something. 3, you have to help yourself first. Your effort is what inspires other people to get on your team. And number 4, never ever give up, because so often the darkest moment is just before the dawn. You know, Leo's story isn't really about baking. It's a powerful reminder that every single one of us has the power to build our own dreams, just by facing one challenge at a time. So the only question left isn't about Leo, it's about you. What's the first step you're going to take?